Hello, welcome to my channel YouTube. Here we're going to be talking about Football Club Barcelona and not much else. Today I'm going to tell you a few of the ideas I've got for the channel, talk a bit about my history, the current situation at the club. We'll look at the controversial transfer of Martin Braithwaite this week, and a look ahead to the game against Eibar tomorrow at Camp Nou. So, to begin, the idea is to have a regular 3 times a week video, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, to do match previews, match summaries, looking back at the games just played, other features like goal of the season or player of the month, or basically I want to create a debating forum, for fans to come here, and I'll talk about subjects, you can comment on them, and we'll get a bit of a community going here. So anyway, my history here is I'd moved to Barcelona in 1989. Lovely city, really great place. The sun's shining today, you can see. Fell in love with the place and fell in love with the football here. The first time I went to Camp Nou to see Johan Cruyff's developing side, I found it very difficult to understand how they were playing. I'd grown up with a 4-4-2 system in England right through the 70s and 80s. Most sides played 4-4-2. I started watching Cruyff's Barca, and I couldn't understand, what was he doing? 3 at the back, where's this guy going? And anyway, it was quite an education for me, seeing that side develop, playing some of the best football I've ever seen. Fantastic. But anyway, I've followed the club since then, through Bobby Robson's year at the club, Van Gaal's time. We had the Gaspart years, which I'm sure most people would like to forget. Things got better after that. Ronaldinho came, Frank Rijkaard was manager, and onto the modern era, which is when I really started to report on the club. I started blogging in 2007 at FCB News, which some of you may remember. I also wrote for Soccer Lens about Spanish football. I was then signed by Ole Ole. Later after that, I started the Barça Central blog from 2010 to 2015. I wrote my book on the Guardiola years. You can get that on Amazon, I believe. Good bit of nostalgia for you. Anyway, after Barca Central, I took a bit of a break, but decided to come back and try YouTube now. So let's talk about the current situation. I don't think anyone's too happy, really, are they, with what's going on at the club? The board of directors and the mess they seem to be making of everything. There are elections in 2021, next summer, just over a year away. If they're not brought forward, which hopefully they will be, and maybe then we can get Xavi Hernandez to come and manage the club. Anyway, we'll talk a lot about that, over the next few months and coming up to the elections. The team, you can't say it's doing badly. It's not like the Gaspart years, but it's not great either. And there's defensive frailties. I think we've conceded 29 goals in the league so far this season, which is only the 7th best defence in the league. Not good enough. Our away form has been pretty inconsistent. Only 5 wins away from home. And I think with the team, the problem is with a little bit of character. It's not to attack anybody individually, but I think we're lacking a Carlos Puyol type figure. Back in the dream team days of Cruyff, we had Jose Mari Baquero, the great captain, great character. And at the moment we've got Messi, who's, he's a genius, a guy. He's the best player in the history of the game. But is he a leader? We haven't seen him lift any trophies yet, apart from the league last season. I think it's the only trophy we've seen him lift. I think they should have given it to Gerard Piqué back in the day. He's obviously got his worries with organising tennis tournaments and things, so it's Messi. It's difficult to take it away from him now, but I think there's a problem there. Anyway, another problem we've got at the moment is the transfer policy. Some of the players that are being signed really don't seem to be Barca players. Last year we had Boateng and Malcolm came in as forwards who didn't do very much. Now we've just signed Martin Braithwaite for £18 million from Leganés. I'll reserve my judgment on him, but he's not a big name. Only scored 10 goals in 43 games for Leganés. Before that, played for Middlesbrough. Not the best CV really for a player coming into a club like Barca. But we shouldn't blame him. I don't think anyone should kind of try and get on his back. We need to support him. I'd like to mention the law. I don't think people outside Spain can really comprehend how a team can sign a player in February and take him away from another club. And the ruling here in Spain says that Barca can do that. So you can't blame Barca for doing it, but the law really should be changed. It's really very unfair on Leganés, who are in a relegation battle. They're left without one of their key players. And it's obviously a law that's there for the big clubs in situations like Barca found themselves in with injuries, and they've put a law there to protect the big clubs there. But it doesn't protect the little club because Leganés can't sign anybody now. They've gone to the league and said, well, can we sign somebody to replace Martin Braithwaite? And the league said, no, the ruling doesn't cover that. So, well, maybe if Braithwaite had been injured while he was at Leganés, they could have signed somebody, but Barca have come and poached him. Anyway, not a fair ruling. Not a fair rule. But there you go, we've got Braithwaite. Now, tomorrow we've got Eibar at home. Again, we have to win. I don't know if we'll see Braithwaite or not, whether it'll be on the bench. But it's a game we must win. The game I think we will win. Our form at Camp Nou has been very good. We've only dropped points to Madrid in the league. And Eibar are struggling. They're 16th in the table. They've only won one game away from home. Only scored 8 goals in their away games. I imagine they'll be defensive. But I think Barca should win comfortably. The key thing for Barca is not to pick up a yellow card either for Samuel Umtiti or Clement Lenglet, depending who plays, or both of them play, or because if either of them pick up a yellow card, they're going to miss the Clásico against Real Madrid, which is the following game next weekend. That would be very bad. We really need to be very careful there, and I think Quique Setién should even consider putting in what's his name, Roberto Araujo, And the B team might be an option for tomorrow. What do you guys think? And who should play in midfield? It's kind of a thing going on there. De Jong and Busquets are pretty permanent players, but the third place in midfield is being shared between Rakitic, Arthur Melo and Arturo Vidal. Who would you play? I think Rakitic is the man for me. But again, tomorrow we might see some rotation. We might see some players rested, thinking about Napoli on Tuesday in the Champions League. So, anyway, I'll be back on Monday to talk about that, to talk about the Eibar game, to look at the Champions, to have a preview of the Champions League game. So, if you like what I'm doing, subscribe, like the video, send a comment. You can tell me what you think the score is going to be tomorrow. I'm going to go for a 3-0 to Barca. And I'll be back on Monday. Let's go Barca.